when I get up at 5 o'clock, oh yeah, I know the clock says 6:09, but when I get up at 5, a little bit before actually, 4:50, on a Saturday to shoot video for my classes, I need this. Now, why has it been an hour? I have to put something in this after a while because I've been up for an hour. It's cold. You know why it's cold? Because I've been up for an hour working on my computer. It's driving me crazy. It might be working now, but it's going to be temporary. So we got to get through this quickly. So I'll shut up. Subscribe. Subscribe. Please subscribe. Okay, subscribe. And then hit if any of the video ads at the bottom strike your fancy, you can click on those too. Otherwise, here we go. Hopefully this works. Division. We're going to do a little bit of long division. Yeah, back in 4th grade. So we're going to, nope. We're going to divide 4 into 1, 6, 1, 5, 8, 2, 4. Don't want to get my hopes up, but that looks pretty good compared to the last hour. So we're going to divide 4 into 1. It doesn't go in. So we go 4 into 16. 4 goes into 16. The next step is we multiply the 4 times the 4, and we put it down here. My next step is to subtract. And then I'll bring down a 1. Well, it doesn't go into 1, so we'll put a 0. Then I bring down the 5. How many times does 4 go into 15? 4 goes into 15 3 times. 4 times 3 is 12. Then I'm going to subtract. Bring down the 3. 8. Subtract. Now I'm going to bring down the 8. How many times does 4 go into 38? It goes in 9 times. 4 times 9 is 36. Then we subtract. 2. Bring down the 2. I know. This is like 4th grade, 5th grade, whatever. Oh, you wait, kids. You wait. It's going to get exciting and difficult, and you're going to be like, ah! And just in case you're wondering, yes, our pre-calculus students are doing this right now in class. How many times is 4 going to 22? 5 times. And some of them are struggling with it. So don't think I'm doing stuff that's easy. Oh, it's not. We're going to subtract. Bring down the 4. Boom, 4. Bring down the 4. How many times is 4 going to 24? It goes in 6 times. I multiply. Boom, 24. I subtract. Remainder 0. So there's how many times it goes in. And if I multiply those two together, I would get 1,615,800. That's my salary from last year. Oh my gosh. I put it down there just so you know how much money I make every year. And I would have a new computer if I did that. All right, we're not going to do that one because we don't know how long we have. And I'm not going to do that either because I don't want to. I'll do it in class. And, yeah. So we're going to first we're going to start with some easy stuff. Now, let me tell you what a dummy does. A dummy goes, okay, Mr. Krause, what I do is 7 goes into 21 3 times, and then those 3's can cancel there. This is so easy. And then I just get rid of one of these x's, and there it is. X cubed minus x. Seriously, I want to hurt kids like that. Remember, they're like a married couple. You can't break them up. Yes, I know we live in a society where that's not true anymore too much, but what we can do is they're a married couple, and that's okay. So on the bottom is 21x, but on the top we got to factor out the GCF. We got to look for a GCF. In this case, my GCF is 3x squared. And I factored that out. Oh my goodness, what did I just say? My GCF in this case is just x squared. And I get 7x minus 3. So this 1x can cancel with one of these x's. And kind of that's it. That's one way to do this problem. Let me show you another way to do this problem. Another way I can do this problem is just to rewrite each one of these over 21x. I could do 7x cubed over 21x minus 3x squared over 21x. x. And then I would get, okay, 7 goes into 21 3 times. One of these cancels with this. So this is x squared over 3 minus 3 goes into 21 7 times. This x cancels with these, and I get x over 7. Either way, that's not very exciting. Let's take a look at this one. This one's a better problem. On the top, the GCF is a 2x. So I will take a 2x. That's the largest thing I can take out. And when I take a 2x out of each of these, I'm left with 2x squared plus x plus, oops, not plus, but minus 3. Now the reason being is because if I redistribute these, I get this. By the way, we're just learning, we're reminding ourselves how to do a little bit of division before we go crazy. Now once I have that, you'll notice that this and this divide out evenly or cancel out, and I end up with 2x squared plus x minus 3. Now when I get a problem like this, I can factor. I have to factor. So on the top it factors to x plus 7, x plus 1. On the bottom it's just x plus 1. And the x plus 1's cancel, and I'm left with x plus 7. Over here again I can still factor. Not bad. X minus 3, x minus 4. Because those multiply to positive 12 and add up to negative 7. Well, notice it's x minus 3 and these cancel. And I'm left with x minus 4. We've been doing this for a while. I've been putting this on spirals. Over here, whoa. Let's back up the crazy train here. You're not ready for this yet. And you're not ready for this yet. But I'm going to show you how to do them anyway. These are from, I think, last year. The way this works is this way. And I'll show you a different way to do this in a second. What I'm going to do is factor by grouping. I'm going to group these two together, and I'll group these two together. This might be like a bonus on the test coming up. So in the first one, I can take out a 2x squared. And I'm left with x minus 7. I think I meant to put an x minus 7 in the bottom. Yeah, this was supposed to be an x minus 7. You know what? We'll do this at a different time. That's not really what I want to get into. And actually, I want to do these using long division anyway. So let's just get into long division because I'm really not sure how long this pen's going to last. So here's how it works. I could do this. This is kind of what that problem above is like, x minus 1. But then I would have to figure out how to factor this strange looking thing. And it may not factor. So I want to, but it will a little bit because this thing is a factor of this. So we're going to use long division. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the x minus 1 because that's the factor. And we're going to put this puppy underneath this division symbol. X cubed minus 2x squared minus 5x plus 6. Now if I go too fast, pause it, rewind it, take a look at it. But we're going to follow these simple steps. Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to divide it by this. And I just see, okay, x cubed divided by x is x squared. Or another way to think about this is x times x squared gives me x cubed. Got it? Now we're going to multiply. So we take the x squared and we're going to multiply by x. And I get x cubed. And then I'm going to take x squared. And yes, you have to multiply by both of these. It's a little bit different than that easy division we were doing earlier. Minus x squared. Now here comes the part that everybody messes up. Let me highlight it in yellow. And let me put a little asterisk. And let me put a little, you're going to screw this up. You're going to function this, mess this up. It's almost guaranteed you're going to mess this up. almost guaranteed. Unless you listen to me. So pay attention. Believe it or not, the subtraction step is the step that causes most kids the most amount of grief. Now watch, you're like, subtraction, I can subtract. You forget. So what we're really doing is we're going to subtract this whole thing. Which means this gets subtracted and this gets subtracted. But when I subtract a negative, what am I really doing? I'm really adding. So really what you're doing is distributing this negative to both of these. So x cubed minus x cubed, those are almost always going to go away. At least that's what you're hoping for. And then I'm going to do negative 2x squared plus x squared. Well, that's negative x squared. I subtracted. What comes after subtraction? Bring down. You're going to bring down the negative 5x. And then go ask yourself, get rid of a little bit of that stuff. Self, how many times, you're going to take negative x squared and divide it by x. Well, that's minus x. Or another way to think about it is x times negative x is negative x squared. That's the next step, multiplied. So negative x times x is negative x squared. Negative x times negative 1, let me get rid of this stupid circle I just drew on there. Negative x times negative 1 is positive x. Here comes the part you're going to screw up. Do I have to highlight it again? You're going to screw it up. We're going to subtract. So we're going to put a big fat minus sign there. And we're going to distribute it to here. Oh, that's a plus. And we're going to distribute it here. Oh, that's a minus. And then we're going to subtract. Negative 5x minus x is negative 6x plus 6. Almost done. What is negative 6x divided by x? Oh, that's minus 6. Or another way to think about it is negative 6 times x. Would you agree that's negative 6x? And then negative 6 times x, times negative 1, got to multiply, is positive 6. Then here comes the part you're going to screw up. We're going to subtract. Big fat subtraction symbol. So we're going to subtract this negative. Ooh, that turns positive. And those go away. That's what we're hoping for. Then we're going to subtract here. Oh, 0. Now, in this unit only, these will always turn out to be 0. This unit. Next unit, oh yeah, we're going to make things a little bit more difficult. So in order to practice these and to get good at these and to know that you got them right, you should end up with 0 all the time. So the question, though, is what are all the other factors? Now, I know x minus 1 is a factor. So what I'm saying is this. We have, the original problem was x cubed minus 2x squared minus 5x plus 6. I know if I factor that, x minus 1 is a factor. Because I just did this division, my other factor is x squared minus x minus 6. But we're not there yet. I asked what the other factors are. Well, this is a factor, and this is a factor. So, the problem is this thing over here nicely can be factored. So what we're going to do is finish factoring it. It's x and x minus 3 and plus 2. So if I ask what the other two factors are, there they are right there. The other two factors are x minus 3 and x plus 2. Now, I did not ask you to solve it. I did not ask what the other roots were. I didn't give you a root and ask what the other roots were. I just asked what the other factors are. And so your answer to this one are x minus 3 and x plus 2. So much fun! Coffee time. And the computer's working. So now I've changed things up. Now I've told you that this is a root. So let's take a look at a little simple problem like x squared plus 6x plus 8. If I factored this, I would get x plus 2, x plus 4. Correct? Of course. What are my roots then? Well, my roots would be x equals negative 2 and x equals negative 4. So if I give you a root like 6 or negative 4, how do I go backwards to find the factor? Because that's the thing I need. I need the factor. Well, if I go over here, I've got 6 is a root. So what is my factor? My factor is x minus 6 in parentheses. We have been doing this all year. When you put an x value back into parentheses, it goes in with an opposite sign. So put it back in there with an opposite sign. So now when I do my division, I'm going to do x minus 6 divided into x cubed minus 3x squared minus 46x plus 168. Woo! 168! That's huge! Don't worry about it. We're good. I'm going to sit back and relax. Everything seems to be going smoothly. Knock on wood. When everything goes smoothly in my class and my cup's empty, I'd like to take the last swig of a little bit of cold coffee. Oh, yes, I do. Kids, that was awful. I need hot coffee. I might have to pause and go get a cup of hot coffee in a second. You won't know I paused it, but I might just have to pause this. But things are going so well. Let's keep going. You're probably thinking to yourself, you've already had enough coffee. You obviously have enough coffee. Okay, here's how it works. First step, we're going to divide. So we want to divide this by this. And we want to see how many times does it divide into that. Well, x squared. Again, another way to think about it is, what do I have to multiply this by to get this? And clearly x times x squared is in fact x cubed. The next step is to multiply. So I just did the first part, x squared times x. Now I'm going to do x squared times negative 6, and I get minus 6x squared. Here's the part you're going to screw up. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Ooh, scared you. That was fun. Okay, minus. Wow, I have way too much fun doing this. So we're going to subtract, big fat subtraction symbol. So that goes to here. Oh, we're going to subtract. And that subtraction symbol goes over here. Wait, I've already got a subtraction symbol. So when I distribute that subtraction symbol to that one, it becomes a plus. These cancel. Oh, yay, that's what we want. Now, negative 3x squared plus 6x squared is 3x squared. Bring it down. Bring her down there, kid. Bring her down. Bring her down. Settle down. Okay, so if I take 3x squared and I divide by x, I get, and that's a positive thing, 3x squared. Think about that. So up here, I want a positive 3x. Now, positive 3x times x is 3x squared. Oh, I forgot to bring this down. Minus 46. I just said it, but I didn't do it. Shame on me. Now I'm going to take it. Now we're multiplying. So we did the multiplying here. Now we're going to multiply 3x times negative 6, and I get negative 18x. The next step that everybody likes to mess up is the subtraction. I don't know if I've said that yet. I don't know if you've heard me say that everybody's going to screw up the subtraction. It's the part. When you do it, I'm going to walk by and go, told you, told you, told you. Or I might just call you a loser. You know I don't mean it. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Okay, we're going to subtract. So we're going to subtract here, minus. And we're going to distribute that subtraction here. But wait, there's a subtraction already there. That means it becomes a plus. Sometimes I recommend kids, when they're doing the subtraction, to change the color of their pen so you remember what's going on here. These cancel. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. You're ugly. No, you're not. You're good looking. What the hell am I talking about? They're numbers. Add here. What? 46. I need a calculator. Okay. If that was 16, they would be like 30, right? So it's not really 30. It's like 28. But it's got to be negative 28, right? Bring this down. Plus 168. Now, now obviously this is going to be minus 28. Because 28 times x is 28x. But it's minus because notice I have a minus here. And again, I want it to match up. And what I did was I took negative 28x and I divided by x. So I get minus 28x when I multiply. And negative 28 times negative 6 is positive 168. Trust me, it is. Here's the part everybody's going to mess up. I haven't said that yet. So we're going to subtract. Big fat subtraction symbol. We're going to put it... oh, wait, there's already one there. Let's make it a plus. Oh, yeah, look. Negative and positive 28 cancel. Yay. And don't forget, we're going to distribute that minus here. Don't forget. Minus here. 168 minus 68 is 0. And I told you they're going to be 0. So what we have here now is x minus 6 times x squared plus 3x minus 28. Now, what did I ask for? I said, let me get rid of some of this stuff. I said here that 6 is one of my roots. What are the others? Well, what are the, I can get rid of the s, and what are the other roots? So what I'm looking for here are the other roots, not the other factors. I'm looking for the other roots. But in order to find the other roots, I have to finish factoring this. So I do, in fact, have to find the other factors. So I'm going to factor this. Oops. X and x plus 7, that's a plus, and minus 4, because 7 times 4 is 28, and one's positive, one's negative, and they add up to 3. So my two other factors are x equals negative 7 and x equals positive 4. And those are the two answers, my other two roots. All right, here we go. I'm going to try to be neater and a little bit quicker now on this one. I'm not going to do as much little crazy artwork. So we're going to divide. So 9x cubed divided by x is 9x squared. Now we're going to multiply both of those. So I get 9x cubed plus 63x squared. Now I'm going to subtract. I do a big minus. This becomes a minus. This becomes a minus. Wait a second. These cancel. And these cancel. So I'm going to bring down. I got to bring down both of them because I need two things down here. And I divide. How many times does, or divide negative 4x divided by x? Well, that's minus 4. Notice I've completely skipped the plain old x term because this went away. Because this went away, there's really no x term anymore. So divide. Negative 4x divided by x is negative 4. Now we multiply. Negative 4 times x is negative 4x. And negative 4 times 7 is negative 28. Don't screw this part up because I will laugh at you. Because I don't like you. Distribute makes a plus. Oh, those go away. Distribute makes a plus. Oh, subtract out, I get 0. So it says here, factor completely. All right, let's got to finish factoring then. So my first factor is x plus 7. And what I left up with is 9x squared minus 4. Now, there's about half of you that are going, oh, that's easy. And there's half of you going, what? Huh? Difference of perfect squares. Remember, 9's a perfect square and 4 is a perfect square. So I can finish factoring x plus 7. I'm going to finish factoring this. What multiplies the 9x squared? 3x and 3x. What multiplies the negative 4? Plus 2 and minus 2. It didn't ask for the other roots. It asked you to factor it completely. And there it is, factored completely. You guys having fun? I'm having fun. Division and factoring. Oh my God, so much fun. Uh-oh, we got a root question. So remember, I want to take this and figure out what the factor is? Well, the factor is x minus 2. Goes back into the parentheses with opposite sign. Now I handle it like I've handled it before. X minus 2 dividing into 2x cubed minus 15x squared plus x plus 42. So, 2x cubed divided by x is 2x squared. And 2x squared times x is 2x cubed. That's what we're hoping for. And then we're going to multiply 2x cubed times minus 2, minus 4x squared. I don't know if I've said this yet, but this is the part you're going to screw up, is the subtraction. Both of these get subtraction. Minus here, and distribute that minus here. Wait, there's already a minus. Oh, yes, Mr. Gross, that becomes a plus. You've taught us well. These cancel. Negative 15 plus 4 is negative 11x squared. How many of you all are going to need a calculator to do that? I'll bet I have a lot of you that need a calculator to do that. Sort of embarrassing, but that's okay. Get it right. That's all I care about. Well, no, I care that you learn math too. Okay, here we go. Bring this down. Plus x. Negative 11x squared divided by x is negative 11x. Multiply, I get negative 11x squared. Negative 11x times negative 2 is positive 22x. Then we're going to subtract. Oh, yeah. You're going to screw this up. I know you are. You're just going to screw it up. And when I Mr. Krause, you told me I was going to screw it up, and I screwed it up. Distribute the minus here, and you get a plus. Distribute the minus here, and you get a minus. These go away. And 1x minus 22x is negative 21x. Bring her down. And I get plus 42. So divide negative 21x divided by x, I get minus 21. Multiply, negative 21 times x is negative 21x. And negative 21 times negative 2 is positive 42. And I'm so happy. Because when I subtract these puppies, subtract goes to plus. Now you're not going to screw it up because now you're good. Now you're good. You don't have to worry about it anymore. You get a 0. But I want to know what the other roots are. And the other roots are going to come from factoring this thing. I already know one of my roots is 2. I was given that. Now I want to factor this thing. Mr. Krause, you can't factor that because it's got a 2 in front and it makes me really anxious to factor with a 2. And there's not even a GCF, Mr. Krause, so you're making us do all this hard factoring. I don't want to do it. Come on, this isn't bad. It's, to get the 2x squared, it's 2x and x. Now, there's really only one way to multiply to 21. 3 and 7. So let me put the 7 here, and let me put the 3 here. And shut up. Oh, you know who I'm talking to. This gives me 6, and this gives me 7. Now, because this is a minus, they have to subtract to get negative 11. Well, 6 and 7 ain't subtracting to give you 11. So clearly, yeah, you smarty in the background and knew this, those I put in the wrong place. So I'll just put this 3 here and the 7 here. Well, this makes 14x, and this makes 3x. And yes, I can subtract those to get negative 11. But since they have to be negative, the larger one has to be negative. And this gives me a plus. All right. So my two roots are x equals 7. Now remember, some of you are still struggling with this. This is really 2x plus 3 equals 0. Subtract 3, I get 2x equals negative 3. Divide by 2, I get x equals negative 3 over 2. So the answer is negative 3 over 2 and 7. I hope we have one more. I hope we have one more. Oh, challenge. How are we going to do this challenge? Since this is a challenge problem, I'm not doing it because I want to see who can do this in class. So I'm going to give a little bonus credit for somebody that tries this on their homework for homework. So I can't do it in my video. If you want to know how to do this one later on, you can come back and see me. But otherwise I cannot. I'm not going to give that to you. Okay? I'll give you a hint. You can try some things. try things. All right, kids. It's been fun and it's been real. But you know what I'm going to say? It hasn't been real fun. All right, kids. Love you. No, I don't. That's weird. Oh, heck with it. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. Take it easy, man. Keep working hard. And know this. Nothing in life that is worthwhile comes easy. Nothing in life that is worthwhile comes easy. If you work for something, then it will be meaningful to you, and it will be meaningful to you for the rest of your life. If you don't work for it, it comes I hand it to you. It doesn't come easy. All right, kids, take that to your future success. Bye.